ladies and gentlemen, friends, achievers, and future champions, let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever said, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow turned into next week, next month, or next year? Now don't raise your hand too high. This is a friendly crowd. Because if procrastination were an Olympic sport, most of us would at least qualify for the trials. You see, procrastination isn't loud. It doesn't kick the door down and announce itself. Oh no, it whispers. It says, you deserve a break. It says you'll feel more motivated later. It says, now isn't the right time. And before you know it, your dreams are sitting on the back porch, drinking iced tea, waiting for a tomorrow that never shows up. Now let me tell you something important, and I want you to hear this clearly. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because you're human. Procrastination is not a character flaw. It's a habit. And habits, good or bad, can be changed. I once knew a fellow who said, Zig, I'm going to start working out as soon as I feel like it. I said, son, if you wait till you feel like it, you'll be carried to the gym in a pine box. Motivation doesn't come before action. Motivation comes after action. You don't get ready and then act. You act and then you get ready. Let me share a simple truth I've learned after decades of watching people succeed and fail. The hardest part of any task is starting, not finishing, not perfecting, starting. Procrastination is just fear wearing comfortable shoes, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of looking foolish, fear of finding out what you're really capable of. But hear me now, you were designed for progress, not perfection. A farmer doesn't wait until the weather is perfect to plant seed. If he did, we'd all starve. And yet people wait for perfect conditions to start living their dreams. Let me give you a Zig Ziglar rule of life. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. If procrastination had a slogan, it would be, later will be easier, but later rarely is. The truth is this. Every time you delay what matters, you pay interest in stress, guilt, and lost confidence. But here's the good news, and I want you to smile when you hear it. The moment you decide to act, procrastination loses its power. Not when you finish, not when you succeed, the moment you decide. And that decision, that's where champions are born. Now, friends, let me tell you something that might surprise you. You don't beat procrastination with big plans. You beat it with small steps. Most people don't procrastinate because the task is hard. They procrastinate because the task feels big. I once heard a man say, Zig, I'm overwhelmed. I said, good, that means you're still breathing. Overwhelmed doesn't mean you're incapable. It means you're trying to swallow the whole elephant at once. Now, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and preferably without telling anyone you're eating an elephant. Here's a simple trick I've used my entire life. Lower the bar for starting. Don't say, I'll write a book. Say, I'll write one paragraph. Don't say, I'll change my life. Say, I'll make one better decision today. Don't say, I'll work out for an hour. Say, I'll put my shoes on. Because once your shoes are on, you're already moving. Motion creates emotion. Action breeds confidence. And confidence kills procrastination. I knew a young salesman once, sharp fella, good heart, but he was always waiting. Waiting to feel confident. Waiting to feel ready. I told him, son, confidence is not a prerequisite for success. It's a result of it. You get confidence by doing, not by waiting. Here's another Zig Ziglar truth for you. You don't build a house by staring at the blueprint. You build it by laying one brick, then another, then another. And before you know it, you've got something standing where there used to be nothing. Procrastination thrives in vagueness, but it dies in clarity. Instead of saying, I need to work on my goals, say, at 7 p.m., I will work for 15 minutes. Specific beats, ambitious every time. Now let me share a little humor with you, because laughter loosens fear. A man said, Zig, I just don't have time. I said, that's funny, we all get the same 24 hours. Einstein didn't get 26. The difference isn't time, it's priority. When something truly matters, we don't find time, we make it. And here's the beauty of it. When you take small action today, you borrow momentum from tomorrow. And momentum is procrastination's worst enemy. Now, folks, let's talk about a word that scares people more than public speaking. Discipline. But discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is freedom. The disciplined person controls their day. The undisciplined person is controlled by it. Procrastination says, do what feels good now. Discipline says, do what matters most. And let me tell you something that might change your life. Your future is not determined by your intentions. It's determined by your daily decisions. Good intentions don't build strong marriages. Good intentions don't create financial freedom. Good intentions don't produce success. Consistent action does. I once asked an audience, how many of you want to be successful? Every hand went up. Then I asked, how many of you want to do what successful people do? Some hands went down real quick. You see, everybody wants the harvest, but few want to plant the seed. Procrastination is simply planting excuses instead of effort. Let me give you another simple trick. Schedule your priorities. Don't prioritize your schedule. If you don't decide what your day stands for, someone else will decide it for you. And usually, that someone is distraction. Turn off what doesn't serve your goal. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. Now listen closely. You don't drift into success. You drift into procrastination. Success is intentional. Growth is intentional. Change is intentional. And here's a Zig Ziglar favorite. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Start today by helping your future self. That future you, the confident you, the disciplined you, the fulfilled you. They're waiting on one decision from you today. Now, friends, I want to bring this home. Procrastination doesn't steal your dreams all at once. It steals them quietly, day by day. But the same is true for success. Success isn't one giant leap. It's a series of small steps taken consistently. You don't change your life in a year. You change it today, right now. Let me ask you something and answer it honestly. If you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be 5 years from now? Now let me ask you another question. What one small action could you take today that your future self would thank you for? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not failure, it's regret. I want you to remember this. You were born to win, trained to win, and expected to win. But winning requires showing up. So here's my challenge to you, my heartfelt call to action. Before this day ends, take one small step toward a goal you've been postponing. Write it down. Do it imperfectly. Do it scared. Do it anyway. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Stand up, straighten your shoulders, lift your head. Your dreams are not behind you. They're ahead of you. And procrastination, it has no power over a person who decides to act. So go on. Take the first step. Your future is watching.